Most people will scroll right past this message, rushing through life with the same endless cycle. Late-night worries that never seem to fade, bills piling higher each month, and that heavy feeling of running in place no matter how hard they try. But you didn't keep scrolling. You paused. You stopped right here. And that pause is not a coincidence. It's a signal. It means something in you is ready. So stay with me for just a few minutes. Because the thing that always felt out of reach, the relief you've been praying for, the shift you thought would never come, may actually be closer than you've ever dared to believe. The truth is, what you've been waiting for doesn't have to take years. It doesn't have to stay stuck in someday. Your financial breakthrough could arrive faster than you imagine. And no, this isn't luck. It isn't random chance. You didn't land here by mistake. Something far greater has been pulling you, guiding you, bringing you to this exact moment. So let me ask you, honestly, does it ever feel like money slips through your hands the moment you finally get it? Like no matter how much effort you put in, working harder, fighting longer, sacrificing more, life just doesn't seem to change? If deep inside you whispered yes, then listen closely, because what's coming next has the power to release a weight you may not have even realized you've been carrying. This isn't just about hearing words. This is about feeling a shift inside you. Imagine it, a spark flickering to life in your chest, a calmness spreading through your body, and the sudden knowing that a greater force is finally aligning in your favor. Because very soon, you will hold the key to ending your struggle with money. Not next year, not someday, but starting today. But here's the catch, you can't look away now. Every single sentence you hear is part of a larger design. Every word is like a thread, weaving together a miracle meant just for you. So take a deep breath. Let your shoulders drop. Allow yourself to really take this in. And when the moment comes, I want you to declare these words with all the gratitude in your heart. Sparkles, I receive my financial miracle with gratitude. Sparkles. That single statement is more than a comment. It's a turning point. It's the line in the sand where your old story of struggle ends, and your new story of abundance begins. Because here's the truth, your heart has been crying out for this moment, even in the silence when no one else could hear. Every sleepless night, every unpaid bill, every whisper of I don't know how much longer I can do this. That wasn't just stress. That was your soul begging for change. And that is exactly why you're here. This message didn't stumble into your life. It found you. It was drawn to you because you haven't given up, because deep down, you still believe in the possibility of more. On the outside, you might seem calm, like you're holding it together. But inside, you've been walking a tightrope, caught between the fear of losing everything and the fragile hope that life could still turn in your favor. Maybe that's exactly where you are right now, exhausted, heavy, yet still clinging to that last spark of faith that something greater is possible. And guess what? You pressed play for a reason. Something inside you knew that this was the moment, your chance before the wait became too much. And here's the beautiful secret. This is where true transformation always begins. When the soul finally cries out, the universe listens. When the heart whispers, I can't do this alone, life itself answers. And right now, you can sense it, can't you? That strange electricity in the air. The way your chest feels a little fuller, as if the world itself just leaned closer to whisper, pay attention. Time hasn't disappeared, it has simply slowed down, just enough for this moment to reach you. A doorway has swung open, and an unseen current is flowing toward you. Somewhere deep inside, in that quiet space no one else ever sees, you already recognize it. You know this isn't random. You know it's real. Because miracles, they don't arrive politely, knocking on your door with a schedule. They burst in unannounced. They defy logic. They bend rules. And they only answer to three things: faith, courage, and decision. And faith? Faith is not explained, it is claimed. So if you're still with me right now, that tells me one thing: you're ready. This is your moment to step up, to draw your line in the sand, to finally claim what has been waiting for you. Say it. Whisper it. Write it. Declare it with every ounce of certainty you can find inside yourself. Sparkles, I receive my financial miracle with gratitude. Sparkles. Understand this. Those words are not just a harmless comment on a screen. They are a roar into the unseen, a spark shot into the atmosphere, a spiritual declaration that screams, enough. This is the moment where everything changes. And yes, some people will laugh. Some will roll their eyes, dismiss it as foolish, and keep living the same story of lack and struggle. But those who dare, those who speak it, type it, claim it, believe it, see doors open that no logic could ever explain. There are stories everywhere, stories of people who woke up to unexpected deposits in their bank accounts within hours. Stories of overdue bills vanishing as though erased by an unseen hand. Stories of people who stumbled upon a message just like this, pressed play without even knowing why, and found themselves suddenly in tears. Tears they couldn't stop. Tears they didn't even know they'd been holding. Why? Because words like these are not empty. They echo. They vibrate. They awaken something inside of you that has been asleep for far too long. This is not just a ritual. It's not just another video you scroll past and forget. No, this is a signal. A call. A doorway. Proof that something greater has already been moving toward you long before you even pressed play. And right now, you are being prepared, shaped, stretched, aligned, to receive it. While others sink deeper into fear, drowning in worry, clinging desperately to what little they have, you are rising. You are choosing differently. You are saying with courage, I will not settle for lack. I will not bow to fear. I will open my hands, my heart, and my spirit to receive what has always been mine. And maybe, that is exactly why you are here. Because let's be brutally honest for a moment. You can't keep hiding this struggle. Not even from yourself. It's too heavy, too loud, too constant. The bills stacking like bricks on your chest, each one pressing down harder than the last. The sickening twist in your stomach every time you open your banking app. The long nights lying awake, turning numbers over in your mind, desperately trying to make them add up, but they never do. And the cruelest part? Pretending. Pretending you're fine. Smiling for others while your soul screams inside. Acting strong while your spirit feels worn down to the bone. Carrying a weight you were never meant to carry alone. But right here, this very moment, this is not about pretending anymore. This is about release. About declaration. About standing up and saying with every fiber of your being, Sparkles, I receive my financial miracle with gratitude. Sparkles. Because when you speak those words with conviction, the atmosphere shifts. Hope is no longer a fragile wish, it becomes a living force. You stop merely longing, and you begin creating. You stop gasping for air, and you begin rising. You stop dragging the dead weight of struggle and instead step into the current of alignment, where life begins to move with you instead of against you. These words you speak are not small. They are not weak. They breathe power into your reality. They ripple through unseen spaces. They call in resources, opportunities, breakthroughs, the very things that have been waiting, quietly, for you to give permission. And the moment you truly declare them, the moment you own them, everything begins to move. You know the feeling too well. The rent is due and your chest tightens as you check the numbers in your account. The dates don't line up. The money won't stretch. The anxiety feels heavier than the bills themselves. Some of you have lived this for nights on end, staring at glowing screens, punching in numbers that refuse to add up. Watching bills stack like bricks, electricity, gas, credit cards, insurance, each overdue notice falling harder than the last. And in that darkness, when the night is quiet and the world feels far away, the cruel whispers arrive. Maybe I'm cursed. Maybe I'm just unlucky. Maybe I'm meant to struggle forever. But listen closely. No. Absolutely not. This is not punishment. This is not proof that you're broken or unworthy. This is not your destiny carved in stone. What you are feeling right now is not the end. It is the pressure before the breakthrough. It is life shaping you, stretching you, preparing you. Here's the secret no one tells you. The greatest pressure always comes right before the release. The darkest hour always comes just before dawn. When life squeezes you the hardest, it's not the sign of failure. It's the sign that something new is being born. And right now, that something is reaching for you. Sometimes the bravest step is surrender. Not surrender in defeat, but surrender in truth. Because when the mind grows quiet, the spirit finally has room to speak. And that, right there, is where transformation begins. It doesn't begin with perfect prayers or polished words. It begins with raw honesty. The kind of honesty that trembles out of your chest and whispers, "I'm tired. I can't carry this alone anymore. I need help. I need change. I need relief." That kind of truth is not weakness, it's power. It cracks open the walls you've built around yourself. It shifts the atmosphere. It swings wide unseen doors. And it calls forces greater than you to rise on your behalf. This moment, this very moment, is your invitation to release. To finally unclench your fists and let go. To open yourself, like unfolding a letter written in the ink of sleepless nights, unpaid bills, and unanswered prayers. Because when you open that wide, and you still cling to even the smallest spark of faith, something shifts. The invisible begins to rearrange itself. The impossible begins to unfold. So breathe. Really breathe. Inhale deeply, and with your exhale, release it all. Release the fear. Release the shame. Release the belief that nothing will ever change. Because even now, something is changing. Something greater than your doubts is already in motion. Sparkles, may the chains of lack break. Sparkles, may every barrier holding back your money dissolve. Sparkles, may forgotten opportunities return. Sparkles, may stalled blessings finally flow forward. Sparkles, may unexpected wealth find its way into your hands. Where there has been debt, let there be freedom. Where there has been fear, let there be peace. Where there has been emptiness, let there be overflow. May your home overflow with food, your table overflow with comfort, your mind overflow with rest, and your spirit overflow with calm. May sparks of new ideas burst within you like light in the dark. May the right people walk into your life at the exact moment you need them. May opportunities not only knock, but chase you down until you cannot ignore them. And may every overdue bill, every sleepless night, every anxious glance at numbers on a glowing screen, soon fade into nothing more than a distant memory, like an old dream that no longer belongs to you. When the shift arrives, may it arrive undeniably. May it roar so loudly that even the doubters, those who questioned you, mocked you, or rolled their eyes, will fall silent, stunned by the power of your rise. Because this won't just be a miracle you experience, it will be a story others witness. A story so unexplainable that logic crumbles in its presence. A story of transformation that no one can deny. So tonight, when you close your eyes, let peace settle deep into your bones. The old chapter has ended. The page has turned. Scarcity has finished its story. Abundance has entered. The miracle has already begun, and nothing, no one, can stop it. This isn't luck. It isn't coincidence. It is life itself leaning down to whisper, "I see you. I've always seen you. And now, it's your time." And let's be clear, a true miracle isn't about greed or mountains of gold you'll never touch. A true miracle is about restoration. It's about dignity. It's about being able to stand tall again, free from shame, living the life you were always meant to live. And what is the first taste of that life? One simple word: relief. Relief when the gas bill is paid, and you don't have to hold your breath. Relief when you walk into the grocery store and no longer count every coin. Relief when a parent finally exhales, knowing their child won't go without. Relief from the nights when tears burned your eyes, but you wiped them away so no one would see. Because sometimes, the greatest miracle is not excess, it's peace. It's waking up in the morning without that crushing weight on your chest. It's walking into a store with your head high instead of your eyes down. It's laying your head on the pillow and, for the first time in a long time, falling asleep without worry tugging at your mind. And when that miracle comes, you'll know it was never chance. It will feel like proof. Proof that abundance has always been real, even in the moments you thought it was lost. Proof that once the energy shifts in your favor, no barrier, no obstacle, no doubt can hold it back. But here's the truth. Before abundance can pour into your life, your heart must be ready to receive it. So many long for wealth, yet unknowingly carry guilt like chains around their spirit. Guilt over past mistakes. Guilt over failed attempts. guilt over choices they wish they could erase. But here is the secret no one teaches: good things cannot grow in soil poisoned by shame. The flow begins the moment you forgive yourself. You don't need perfection. You need openness. You don't need to punish yourself. You need to show yourself compassion. Because when you finally stop standing in your own way, money moves with more freedom. Not because the outside world has changed, but because you have shifted inside. Wealth is not just numbers in a bank account, it's healing the voice within that whispers, "I don't deserve this." Think about it for a moment. How many times have you looked at an open door, an opportunity waiting, and stepped back because it felt too big for you? How many times have you silenced yourself with that quiet, sabotaging thought, "That's not for someone like me. That's for other people. Smarter people. Luckier people. Not me." But hear this clearly, that voice is not truth. That voice is nothing more than an echo of old wounds, an echo of past disappointments, an echo of fear, dressed up as humility, trying to convince you to stay small. And today, that voice ends. Today, you silence it. Say it out loud. Say it boldly. Say it until your bones, your blood, and your very soul believe it. Sparkles, I do deserve this. I am worthy of success. I am open to receive. Sparkles. Because that right there, is where transformation truly begins. Not on the day money appears in your account. Not the moment a bill gets cleared. The real transformation starts the second you decide you are worthy to hold abundance in your hands. After all, what good is a miracle if it slips through your fingers the very next day? That's why the universe doesn't just want to put out today's fire. It doesn't just want to fix this one problem. It wants to rebuild your foundation. The blessing that's coming your way, it isn't just a payday, it's a seed. And like every seed, it has a choice. It can be scattered, wasted, forgotten. Or it can be planted with intention, watered with patience, and cared for with wisdom. And when you plant it right, it doesn't just feed you today. It grows into something that sustains you for every tomorrow. This, right here, is the end of the old cycle. The cycle of get money, lose money, sink back into fear. The cycle of survival, but never security. The cycle of running, but never resting. That cycle ends now. This is your chance to build differently, to walk differently, to live differently. Spend with awareness. Save with purpose. Invest with intention. Say no to what drains you. Say yes to what builds you. Track your growth. Stretch your vision. Dream bigger than you ever dared before. Move with clarity and courage. Because what is arriving in your life right now is not a one-time gift. It is not luck. It is not temporary. It is the first chapter of a brand new story. Think of it, a seed pressed into the soil of your life. At first glance, it may look small, even ordinary. But hidden inside that seed is an entire forest of possibility. If you water it with faith, protect it with discipline, and feed it with belief, it will grow. Slowly at first. Then stronger. Then wider. Until one day, what started as a seed towers above you, providing shade, fruit, and shelter that multiplies far beyond what you thought possible. Because true faith is never silent. It's not just a thought in your head, it breathes through your words. It reveals itself in your choices. It radiates through your energy and your presence. And when you speak it out loud, the universe listens. The air bends. Doors swing open. People suddenly remember your name. Opportunities stir awake and start making their way to you. That is why words hold undeniable power. Every time you speak them with gratitude and certainty. Sparkles, the miracle is mine. I receive my financial miracle with gratitude. Sparkles, you are not just whispering into the air. You are striking the unseen like a drumbeat. You are sending out a signal, a vibration, a roar that heaven and earth cannot ignore. Because these words are not just a sentence, not just a comment, not just a ritual. They are a key. They are a signature. They are a declaration that shifts everything. They are the bridge that carries what once lived only in your imagination and pulls it into reality. And time after time, story after story, people who dared to declare those words, who spoke them not with doubt, but with unshakable conviction, have watched the impossible unfold before their very eyes. For some, unexpected money arrived out of nowhere. For others, the phone call they had been waiting on for months finally came through. Some received job offers. Others were lifted by promotions. Some watched debts dissolve, one by one, until freedom became their new reality. And do you know what all of them had in common? It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It wasn't chance. It was alignment. Alignment between the belief they carried in their heart and the words they released with their voice. Alignment between inner faith and outer action. Alignment between desire and declaration. And here's the most beautiful part. Your miracle isn't meant just for you. Somewhere right now, someone else is carrying the same heavy burden you've carried. They are tired, weary, quietly wondering if they can keep going. And this message, your declaration, could be the very thing that keeps them standing. When you share this, you're not just passing along words. You become a lifeline. Proof that they are not alone. Proof that hope still breathes. Proof that their miracle, too, is within reach. Because what may feel simple to you could mean everything to them. That is the power of being a blessing. So if this message stirred something inside your spirit, don't keep it locked away. Stay connected. Subscribe. Share it. Like it. Pass it forward. Because this is not just another video you scroll past. This is a signal. This is a turning point. This is the end of lack. This is the beginning of overflow. And never forget, Sparkles, the miracle doesn't end here. Sparkles, the miracle begins here. Right now. With you.